Good morning, Steve Poplar here. We're here talking about the food shortage and some updates that have just happened. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel and you like the content, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. That really helps out. All right. So what just happened? Well, there was a hack, a ransomware attack on a soybean and corn distributor in Iowa called New Cooperative. And basically what it does is it links farmers who grow corn and soybeans with farmers that are growing out their cattle, growing out their pigs, growing out their chickens. All this to say, the ransomware took hostage their computer systems. They had to take all their computer systems offline. They do some services for the farmers as well, some support services, and those had to be taken offline as well. I'm not all clear on all those extra services. They did say that they are continuing their operation and they are continuing to take manual deliveries and to continue sending out manual. They're basically weighing it out by hand and getting paper tickets and using the old pen and paper, right? Like actual Americans would do in the middle of a crisis, unlike other people who would just like, a computer's down, I don't know what to do. Right? That's not what we do. That's not what hardworking people all around the world do. When computer systems go down, you make it work, right? But we're already talking about all the meat shortages on the shelves, meat prices going through the roof, and then we have 11 million animals are fed through the system, goes offline, and maybe they can make it work, but it's going to put a lot more stress on the farmers. It's going to put a lot more stress on the producers that are producing the feed. Everyone in the whole supply chain is going to be incredibly stressed in that area, and is this going to have ripple impacts to other places? The FBI, of course, just before this happened, warned everyone that Russian hackers are targeting agricultural and food distribution networks. The FBI, I might mention, has committed more terrorist attacks on the United States than any other organization in the United States so far this year. They almost kidnapped a governor, and every single time they take someone down, it always seems like there's a few agents instigating everything, which makes you wonder, if they weren't there instigating, would any of this have actually happened? Which makes you almost wonder if they're just trying to keep themselves busy by making things happen. A lot of us have had a lot more reason to question them in these past months, with witch hunts that have gone on, and just the fact that they've been caught lying so many times and fabricating testimonies and just some really ridiculous stuff. And they're probably watching right now, so hi there. Poplar with 1P, please. Thank you. For all you folks out there who are just continuing to look for supplies, don't be discouraged. There are some holes in stores. Go to the next store. Go to the stores that are smaller. Go to the stores that are more local. If you have to, and you should do it anyway, but it is a little more work. Please connect directly with local producers of food. Grow your own food ideally, but if you can't, connect directly to farmers. Farmers are planning for next year, and if you tell them, I want some, you need to get on the list now. If you want to get half a cow, if you want to get quarter of a cow, if you want to get a full cow, you can't get it right now. You can't be like, I want to buy a full cow and have it butchered and I want it delivered, in a month. They'll just laugh at you. I mean, you're looking 6 months to a year out right now for most farmers that are doing that. So just be aware of that. So if you want to get control of your meat and start planning for spring or next summer at the earliest. And you need to be in contact with those folks now, starting to get information on things and start the process going. If you want to buy your own meat from local suppliers, If you want to get it from a butcher shop that operates more like a store, find out where those places are, because a lot of times they do have meat stocked. You won't be able to clean them out for like a lot, and you will get a higher price quoted to you because it is retail as opposed to you making a connection directly with a farmer. But those are excellent supplies, and oftentimes they will have meat because they're processing meat all the time. So those are some thoughts. A lot of folks have been saying in the comments, and that's a thought for you too, is do you really need to have meat in your diet? For me, the answer is yes. I think with some foresight, prudence, and maybe even some hard work, I can continue to have meat in my diet. Your choice, but consider vegetarian alternatives if you want to. Make sure they're not stuffed too much with just all sorts of ridiculous chemicals and stuff like that. These like Beyond Meat burgers and some of these other ones. Read and research carefully how much estrogen you're pumping into your bodies. Some of them are much more processed than the meat that you're buying. So, everything comes with a cost, right? And you just think about those kind of things. One subscriber mentioned, and it's an absolutely great idea. I've spent a lot of time in India myself. Indian cuisine is fantastic, and most of it is vegetarian. As you're eating it, you don't notice that you're eating vegetarian food because it's just so delicious. It's so flavorful and so amazing. So if you want to cut out some of the meat in your diet, or you want to draw it back a little bit, when they use meat, they do a lot of chicken. So that's also a thing. So if you're getting your canned chicken, or you're kind of scaling back to just chicken and trying to cut out the red meat out of your diet, whether it's for budget reasons or health reasons or whatever, Indian food is amazing. It is very carb heavy though. So, that's why most middle-aged Indians look like Americans when it comes to rotundness, right? Because they eat so well. But just some thoughts there for you to kind of get around things. Keep encouraged. Prep with joy. If you're putting some things away, that should release some anxiety. It shouldn't increase your anxiety. If you're increasing your anxiety, you need to see about, why are you doing what you're doing? Are you preparing so that you can have a good life and so that you can take care of the people around you, even if things get more difficult? Or are you just prepping because you're afraid? And if you're just prepping because you're afraid, I really encourage you to find what you're living for, right? The people around you, maybe, passions, hobbies, people around you. It usually comes down to that, people around you. And if you don't have people around you, there are some awesome people around you that you can get in contact with. Find hobbies and clubs that you can become a part of, because that way you can really make some awesome relationships and find that common ground, and then you can build from there. Just take people out to lunch, take them out to coffee, and you'll be amazed where that takes you. All right. Well, please, once again, hit that like button. If you're looking up that information, look up New Cooperative, or you can also just type into Google or something like that, feed hack. It just happened today, or at least we're just hearing about it today. So that's just kind of, yesterday. I'm posting this in the morning, aren't I? Please subscribe so you can find my content. YouTube's kind of burying it, oh well. But don't get lost in the shuffle, okay? Have a great day, and, do what you can out there. Steve Poplar, out.